Hello again. I am Kelly. Welcome to my channel. It is kind of impromptu project time again because I just decided to do this. I found these patterns online at first from Learn Create Sew, and this person has a YouTube channel too, so I watched the video. And the reason I have two cut is because that's what the instructions say to do. So this one I cut out for the main fabric, which is on the black line, and this one I will cut out for the lining, which is the dotted line. Now, the stocking is going to be for my son's cat. Because this is directional, I'm not cutting it this way. I'm going to cut it this way, and that's sort of what Meleys looks like. You've seen her on my channel before, so I'm going to cut this area out to be the main part of the stocking. I don't know if you can see this very well, but the lining pattern is rounded just a tiny bit at the top. I think that's for the folding over part. It seemed to work okay when the YouTube person, I don't know her name, did the video. To do this correctly, you have to have your fabric right sides together, and then you cut out a mirror image. It says right here, cut with the fabric right sides together to create mirror images. So, this is going to be kind of a weird cut. I'll put the rest in my scrap bin. One of these cats is right here though, so if I put the toe kind of area right there, this is not going to be perfect obviously, but I want to kind of get that cat image. That would be right about here. So the cat image is right there, kind of. I think that's probably about as close as I'm going to get. Make it relatively straight. So that gets this fluffy pushed in face one, some of the calico, a little bit of the Siamese. I think that'll do. Okay, let's pin it down and cut. Okay, I'm going to trim off that on the top, just to keep it out of my way. That's a good scrap for something. Okay. That over there for now. Let's cut this out. When I do the video and get it uploaded and stuff, I will put the video from Learn Cut Sew in the description box. I'll put the link for you all, because in her video she has the link to her website, and in that video with the link there's all the patterns. They're free, and she has several sizes. I am doing the extra small size. It's 9-ish inches, I think. Hang on. Let's see what we got here. That's one there. Yeah, we'll see. It gets down to about 12, but by the time you sew it together, 9.5, 10 maybe? We'll see. See how it goes. Because you fold the cuff down, so yeah, once it's all done, I'll measure it again. I'll let you guys know. Rid of that. Okay, now I gotta cut it out properly. See? Both two sides pinned together. And we cut. I am going to use this sparkly fabric for the lining. I know it doesn't really go, but black kind of works, and the lighter colors of the silver sort of go with some of the lighter colors of the cat, so I think it'll be okay. And the cuff will turn down, it'll look fine. So, this isn't directional, put it any way you want. About there. And I don't know if you guys can see, let me get a bit closer maybe. Right here is the mark where you don't sew and you leave it open. It says, leave open between arrows on lining. in big letters. So same thing, pin it on, cut it out. I scooted the lining pattern over just a touch, and I marked on the fabric my don't sew line right there. I use the green pen, it's hard to see. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate. As long as you have somewhere along the side where you're not going to sew, it's fine. I've got this ribbon that I think I'll use for the hanger. The pattern that doesn't give instructions for the size that I could see, so I'm just going to eyeball it. That probably looks like a decent enough hanger, so put my finger there. What are we at? Let's give it a measurement. 8 inches maybe? Ish. Sure, I think we'll go with that. I put the lining back just for a second because it shows tab placement right there. So if we scoot it back a little bit, make a mark right there, get rid of it. Whoop. Then lift your pattern or your pieces separately. Let me scoot back just a touch. There, that's better. Come on, open up. There. Right about there. Hang on, I'm going to line it on a line, then I can see it better. Okay, right there. And put it in like that. Squish it down. Line it up to your edge. There we go. Now, pin all around and leave your opening. I pinned down the ribbon too, just so it doesn't wiggle around. Now sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. I still have my walking foot on. I quite often just keep it on, it works fine. So 3/8 lined up on there is right about the edge of the presser foot actually. So we'll just go with that. Go back a little bit. And just follow along and sew. All right, now for the lining. Same thing, 3/8 inch. I currently have cream thread in the machine. It doesn't really matter at this point in time. Go back a little bit. When you get up here to the ribbon, I'm going to take my pin out. I got my finger on there to hold it. And then we'll go with the stiletto. Hold it down. Come across here all the way and then go back. Holds it down. And I'm coming up to my mark here. The pin out of my way. Go back there. You can just lift up your piece you're sewing and scoot over and then start over, but I don't like flapping thread around, so I'm going to do it this way. Right there, 3/8. Down, go back, carry on. Just go slow around the corners. You can lift your presser foot up if needs be. Like that. Before you turn your pieces the right way around, you have to clip the curved areas, and this little notch right here. Just go close into your stitching, otherwise you get bulk. If you don't have pinking shears, just, a few clips like that. And do that for both. It just helps turning through better, that's all. Turn your lining so the pretty side is out. There's my tab. And then shove it down inside your outside. This is hard for me because I'm doing the small one, so I'm just going to scooch it in the best I can. It'll be easier, obviously, if you have a bigger stocking, but you get the idea. Shove it on down in there, like so. What you are aiming for at the moment is to line your edges up and line up your seams. Try to nest them if you can. Just kind of scooch everything together. Give it a pin. Go over to the other side. You obviously have to make sure that it's matching, that the heel matches the heel when you shove it all in together. You don't get it the wrong way around. And then match the other side. Line up the edge. Match the seam. Give it a pin. And I'll do a couple more spots around here just to make sure it's secure. If your stocking is bigger, you might require a few more pins around the top to keep it together. I think I'll be okay. Maybe I'll put 2 in each, just change my mind. 1 there, 1 there. Move this one over. So it looks like that. This uses a 3/8 inch seam allowance. I was going to change to black thread, but I'm not going to. I'll do that later. And this is going to be kind of awkward because I have the walking foot and it's big, but we'll just go slowly. Ideally, I should have taken it off, but I do need it again relatively soon. Put the needle down. Go back just a touch. Just making sure we got a good angle here. Sorry if you can't see it because of the other fabric. I'll try to kind of do that. Just go slowly and carefully. And kind of scoot your stocking along as you need to. I sort of like semi-turn it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there we go. It's not super easy, but if you go slowly and carefully, you'll get there. It's not that terrible. As I stab myself with a pin. Okay, I'm coming up on my first seam here. Be careful here. I just have my pin out of the way. It's far enough down. So I'm going to go across the seam carefully, right? Like so. Okay, there we go. And I'll come around here, fluff that a little bit like so. Come on. Shifting on me. There we go. Okay. After you have it sewn at the top, pull the lining out. Now's where the opening comes in handy. If you're doing a big stocking, obviously you reach down in it and pull it through, but I just have to kind of scooch it along here in my fingers and pull it all out like so. Just jiggle it slowly. There we go. Pull the rest of the lining through. Make sure that we have that over there like that and it's not tucked in anywhere else. Nope, that looks like a good hanger to me. I loaded my machine with black thread. I'm just going to sew the opening closed. You could do it by hand if you want to, but if you, I don't know if you guys can see this okay, but you sort of like give it a tug with your finger, with your thumbs on either side and just kind of hold it down. It goes together pretty well, and I don't have a huge opening here, so it won't be hard to sew together. So if you wanted, you could probably top stitch around the whole thing, but whatever, it's the lining. I don't know that it matters. So I'm just going right along the edge. Like maybe 1/8 of an inch. Maybe. Go back a little bit. Okay. I probably went more than I needed to, but security and all, you know? There we go. No more open. The next thing to do is turn your cover over. Just flip it down. Get your hanger kind of on the edge. I'm going to neaten mine up a little bit. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. The instructions do not call for it, but I am going to run a top stitch just around the edge just to keep the cuff in place and not flipping all around. But otherwise, it's pretty much done. So, there you go. I mean, you can see it's all bulky down here still. I got to shove my hand down in there or this thing or a chopstick or something and just poke it all through. But basically, that's it. Cute, right? Thanks for watching.